and welcome to Kaleidoscope with me, Savithri Rodrigo. Today we are in the Colombo Fort amidst some very historical buildings like this, the iconic red brick Cargill's building, which was originally the residence of the Gauls' Dutch military commander, Captain Peter Slosken, and later the first British governor of Ceylon, Sir Frederick North. Cargill's acquired the building in 1896. Now, if you like what we have in store for you today, please press the like sign as you watch it on YouTube. Then we know you really enjoyed the show. Ahead of the show, we have Hot Wheels turning green, the changing rhythm of a singer and metaphysician, quick looks at GSP Plus in peril and public-private sector partnerships in infrastructure, and stocks, oil, gold, economic and news in speedy turns. Our Empower Capital snapshot begins with the good news that worker remittances increased by 18.2% from January to May this year. And exports sustained growth momentum in May, going up by 51% year-on-year to $884 million. But Sri Lanka's trade deficit widened by 9.5% in the first 4 months of 2021. High food costs, a jump of 10.3%, increased inflation in May to 6.1% compared to 5.5% in April. Global growth is expected to accelerate to 5.6% this year, largely due to strong economies of the US and China, and Sri Lanka is looking for investors to infuse around $34 million for tourism projects in cable cars, floating restaurants and underwater art galleries. A diamond believed to be the third largest ever has been found in Botswana. And are you familiar with the biblical tale of Jonah and the whale? Well, recently, a scuba diver was swallowed and spat out by a whale, a 1 in a 1 trillion chance. Coming up is draft chairman A. Sukumaran and PwC's Ruini Fernando, and later Natasharathnayake, metaphysician and intuitive healer, and Ayaz Fazul with his Hot Wheels.
When you lose faith in investing, somewhere in the financial ecosystem, a business loses its potential to grow or even survive. To endure these trying times, we see a broader perspective in investments. We see unconventional areas of investment that will regain your faith in investing. We see businesses that are already growing by taking on the challenges of the new normal. We translate decades of experience into strategies to empower you with innovative investment solutions. We are Empower Capital.
Remember the 1980s pop band Duran Duran? They used the Pagoda Tea Rooms in this iconic Dimel building on Chatham Street in their music video, Hungry Like a Wolf. To begin our Empower Capital News capsule today, we focus on Sri Lanka and the GSP Plus status we have had with the EU. In 2019, Sri Lanka exported $1.2 billion worth of apparel to the EU, of which $650 million qualified for GSP Plus. On the 10th of June, the EU adopted a resolution calling for a temporary withdrawal of Sri Lanka's access to the GSP Plus concession. I asked Chairman of the Joint Apparel Association Forum, A. Sukumaran, how this resolution would impact the apparel industry, given that Europe is a key customer. What does this mean?
If the GSP is gone, this business is gone. It's not the question of we are going to get this business to the reduced margin. The business is gone. So this business gone is a significant impact to our industry. We are competing on a global market, so we have to be competing on a level playing field. All our competition, starting from Bangladesh to Cambodia, have GSP Plus. Pakistan and Philippines have GSP Plus. Then Vietnam signed FTA with the EU. India is in negotiation with the EU for a FTA. Given this situation, it's important the GSP Plus is preserved for us to be competitive in the global market. Otherwise, our products will be approximately 10% more expensive than our competition. So, which is going to completely kill us in a business sense. So that is why it's important the GSP Plus should be preserved at any cost from our country.
The Colombo stock market remained flat this week, with the average daily turnover reducing to just 1.9 billion rupees. Oil continued to climb this week, with WTI being currently at a one-year high of $73 per barrel. And in the meantime, gold dropped further during this week and was down to $1,775 US dollars per ounce. Good physical infrastructure forms the backbone of any economy, and with policy encouraging more investment by the private sector, Director Capital Projects and Infrastructure and Deal Strategy of PricewaterhouseCoopers, Ruini Fernando, says that the pace of development can be speeded up, financing can be secured faster, and risk can be effectively shared by the public and private sectors.
The rationale for bringing in private sector investment really should be to help the country achieve its objectives of providing good quality infrastructure services to its citizens at an affordable cost. So, for example, through private sector participation, you may have objectives like wanting to lower the cost of power generation, maybe speeding up commuting times between key cities by establishing a highway network, providing good public sector transport facilities which will help everyone, including the workforce and the students. Maybe spur up economic activity by setting up well-functioning, efficient industrial zones. So all these things can be developed through public-private partnerships. Similarly, if you look at some of the key social infrastructure that a country needs, like hospitals and education, these too can be our existing very efficient and effective social infrastructure in education and healthcare can be supplemented further by private sector participation.
The angels are back, but wearing different wings. Victoria's Secret has ditched their regular supermodel look to focus on women of achievement and has included soccer star Megan Rapinoe, actress Priyanka Chopra, and transgender Brazilian model Valentina Sampaio among its high-flying angels. So if you were blown away by that, watch this. David Altmeid creates bizarre yet captivating busts using crazy material, including his own hair, in his series The Mind's Eye. And that's it on our Empower Capital News capsule this week. Sri Lanka's first electric smart cycle, Rother, is featured today. But right up next is Natasharathnayake.
World of risks and obstacles, we are there to help you reach your goals. With 12 billion rupees worth of customer benefits in 2020 and a life insurance fund worth over 100 billion rupees. Our strength is your strength. You focus on your goals. We will take care of the risks. Srilanka Life.
"45 days are gone and I know you ain't coming back home, that's for sure. It's not like I've been waiting for someone to come and ease the pain I know I can't endure. I must admit that I'm surprised that even with you gone I still don't feel alone. Maybe it's your lying eyes, the ones that maybe show you out the door."
She has a voice to die for. We all know Natasharathnayake as that jazz and R&B singer who makes people swoon with her unmatched dulcet tones. Music has been her life, but having taken stock of everything in her life, she found a different dynamic: metaphysics. Metaphysics is a branch of philosophy that studies the ultimate nature of existence and reality, and while respecting the beauty of all creations, includes all religions but transcends them all. All this may sound a conundrum and rather too much to take in, but Natasha has been studying metaphysics for about 7 years now and honed it during COVID. What better time than that? Natasha is a qualified metaphysician and intuitive healer. So thank you for joining us on Kaleidoscope, Natasha.
Thank you for having me.
You are a metaphysician. What exactly is that?
The word metaphysical means to go beyond the physical to the mental cause behind it. What a lot of people don't know is that underlying every physical ailment is a underlying problem with consciousness. Another way of looking at it is there's a mental and emotional root to every ailment.
So how does that marry into your music, the metaphysics part?
It marries with music more than ever. How I look at, how I perceive life, how I look at everything has changed. And it's brought so much more meaning and depth into everything that I do. And so music is a huge part of me. It's It can't be outside of me because I came into the industry because of music, and I think it has a very crucial role.
So one of the rationales of metaphysics is that for every physical ailment, there is a counteractive emotional ailment. How do you explain conventional medical treatment and the relationship that metaphysics has with conventional medical treatment?
Conventional methods of healing would only treat the symptom and not the root. I think it's important to look at it from all angles, from an energetic standpoint, from a mental standpoint, from a physical standpoint, from an emotional standpoint, and from a spiritual standpoint. You have to treat the client whole. But what conventional methods of healing fail to do is just only treat the symptom, and that's why a lot of ailments return, come back. So when you release the root, you completely heal.
These are very depressing times. People are feeling down and depressed. What would be your recipe for people to navigate these times?
I think more than ever, people need to understand that we live in a world full of negativity and fear. And if you focus on fear and negativity, because we live in a universe that is law of attraction. What you send out is what you receive. So if you focus on something negative, that negativity expands and you attract more negativity to match your frequency. So I think it's important to understand that, we are whole as we are, and we have to connect to our innermost part, which is, your higher self, and that can only be done through meditation. And I would recommend meditation, prayer to anyone, because this is how I live my life. And these times are challenging, but it has not shaken me at all, because I know my strength lies within.
As a metaphysician, what do you see in the world that needs change, and how do we change it?
What the world needs right now is connecting to their innermost part and loving themselves. Because if we love ourselves, we understand not to hurt someone else. Because I'm not talking about conditional love. I'm not talking about egoistic love or the selfishness or self-centered love. I'm talking about the love that truly resonates your innermost soul, your authenticity. So when you connect to that, you understand how to treat another human being with respect, with love, with so much of grace. So I feel that what the world needs right now is everyone needs to love themselves. Because even in Christianity it says, love thy neighbor as yourself. So if we don't know how to love ourselves, how can you love someone else?
Love and respect each other. That's the best way to move forward. Thank you so much, Natasha, for being with us. So that was Natasharathnayake, now a qualified metaphysician and an intuitive healer, and of course, that amazing singer. She was on Srilanka Live. Let's talk.
Why travel when the power to perform transactions is at your fingertips? Enjoy a 10% cashback on all your utility bill payments with CDB iNet. Activate CDB iNet today. CDB, your friend.
Behind me is the Jami ul Alfa Mosque, or Ratupalya, built in 1909 and is reminiscent of the Jamek mosques in Kuala Lumpur. Each brick is painstakingly painted in red and white, and the mosque was recognized as the landmark for Colombo by sailors approaching the port. Now, if you like to take a look at the Ratupalya, maybe you can hop on a Rodha, Sri Lanka's first electric smart cycle. It's easy peasy, says Ayaz Fazul on Life in 60.
We are Sri Lanka's first sustainable electric mobility startup, and this is our first product, the Rodha AT. The speciality of this bicycle is the fact that the addition of a motor and a battery allows this bicycle to be easier to pedal. It can go up to 60 kilometers in one full charge and can be charged at any home wall outlet. And it takes only 4 hours to fully charge and only costs 12 rupees for the whole thing, which comes to about half a unit. It requires no registrations or licenses to start riding. It also has a smartphone app that allows you to unlock the bicycle, and the app acts as your main dashboard. We give you a 1-year warranty for the entire bicycle, so you can pre-order it today and visit www.rodha.live to join the sustainable mobility movement.
Tick exercise, tick save money, tick less carbon footprint. A winning formula. Ride the Rodha. Thank you, Iyaz. Don't forget to press like on YouTube when you watch our program each week, and do subscribe to Kaleidoscope with Savithri Rodrigo if you haven't done so already. Plus, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Keep those hands clean and safe. Wash, wash, wash using Amami hand wash, and you can use a different fragrance every day. There's so many to choose from. So here's wishing you a safe weekend ahead with our Kaleidoscope takeaway. Be willing to be a beginner every single morning. Meister Eckhart.